I wish I could erase that from my mind what I just read.
Honestly, the fact that I'm coming to you with half my hair in a pigtail and the other half curled and not brushed out yet, because we're about to, well, not even about to leave, I just get ready early. That's where I'm at mentally. Like, this title is going to be so honest with you. I think I'm literally gonna call this Reading Romantasy Till I'm Not Depressed Anymore. And I'm not even, I'm not depressed. Well, situationally, but that literally doesn't matter, because hey, this isn't my therapy session. This is just therapeutic. Okay, so I'm currently downloading Quicksilver because I have a very curated romantasy booktube girly feed, all thanks to one of my great friends, Erin from Is Booked and Busy. And I will link her because she's also great. Like, she has, swear to God, read every single romantasy book there is, and if you put one in front of her, she's like, I'll read it, give me 10 days, and I'll have a full-on review for you. 10 days is actually kind of long. She's faster than that. But this one I heard her mention, and then one of the people that she has sent is like a recommendation for me to watch. I believe her name is Emmy. Let me make sure. Yes, her name is Emmy. I'll link her down below. But she mentioned this in a video where she was like doing how much I read in a week realistically as a fast reader. Could never be me, wish it was me. But I am like not well right now, so could be me, perhaps. But yeah, as you'll also see, I've broken out the Paperwhite Kindle. I know, but I'm doing like my book club books on the bigger Kindle, and this one, she's still kicking. Not well. She's struggling a little bit, but I think she can get the job done, you know what I mean? So yes, we're going to the movies tonight, so I'm probably not going to read a whole lot tonight, but I say that, but watch me read this. So am I adding this video to another list? Like, I'm filming 5 videos at this point now? Yes. Yeah! Coping! Okay, so I've started Quicksilver, and I am only on chapter 2, as y'all saw. How far is that? Only like 30 pages in. But this is a 670 page book. I have really liked so far what I have read. This writing style is super easy to read. It's a little goofy at times, but I'm having to like, the last fantasy book I read, I do believe was Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. So we're gonna have to get a little bit on serious. We're on Kindle Unlimited again. Like, I need to get that into my noggin. I am enjoying what I'm reading so far, but I want to spend more time swan diving into it. So I think that that's gonna be my goal for the rest of the day, is just reading this and ignoring all the problems. All of them. All of them. I gather you here to tell you. So I decided to turn one of those off. That's a little too serious. It is 7:56, so we are obviously getting into bed for the night, and I have to wake up a little early in the morning, so I'm going to continue reading my little fantasy romance, because it's like actually kind of curing my depression, so I would love that. This just in. Let's get the, who approves these things? the FDA? Sure. Get them on it. New antidepressant dropped. It's called Kindle Unlimited Fantasy Romance. But I decided to turn on my little Spotify playlist, put this book on, my Kindle in my eyes. I don't know where I was going with that. But put my music on and read this. And I did it without like the how many pages are left or how many minutes are left in the chapter thing, because that makes me feel kind of rushed and like kind of stressed, because I'm like, but I can read faster. Bet. Tokyo Drift starts playing in the background. But I read 70 pages in an hour. Sorry, new speed dimming in the house. Sorry, speed reader unlocked. Sorry, you're never going to be able to catch up to me now. I have been binge watching Miss Emmy though, and let me tell you, I'm coming for her gig. I'm going to get up to 150 pages. Mark my words, it might be in 20 years, but in 20, when I'm in like, you know, my retirement home, and I'm sitting here and I'm rereading ACOTAR for the 16th time, and I'm like, I've broken the record. 151 pages in an hour. Like, could you imagine? Also, why did I sound like Bernie Sanders? Okay. We are on a quest to drink more water and also figure out what dark and handsome Baruti boy's problem is, because I would like to know. And I would also like to know if he's single. Okay, so last night I got to chapter 13. I read 206 pages last night out of 600, which is really good for me. I do not typically put down 200 pages in one go, but I feel extremely motivated by the reading vlogs that I have been watching lately. And that's one of my favorite things, is to watch reading vlogs that motivate me. I like the vibes. And I like to enjoy the books that they're reading, so fantasy romance obviously is doing it for me right now. But more than anything, I watch people based on how much they inspire me to read and or create content, because I want to do both. So that's working currently, and I'm having a great time. I think I'm going to do lunch really quick, and it is raining, so probably fell asleep for like 30 minutes or so, but then we're gonna get right back into this because I am just absolutely devouring. Like, I don't care about anything going on social media. The only thing is I want to watch some reading vlogs, but the fun thing about that is I can just save them and watch them later, which will help motivate me in between books, because I have a feeling with the way that I'm reading this book, I am definitely going to need something fast-paced and that I enjoy and I already like the world to go into next. I'm going to need something that I am already invested in. So I do think I probably am going to either go with Heat of the Everflame or I'm going to go with Glow, which is the 4th book in the Plated Prisoner series, I want to say. Both series I need to catch up with. Heat of the Everflame I really need to catch up with because the next book comes out, I want to say this coming week, the 31st-ish. Allegedly, it was supposed to come out early, so I don't know. We'll see if it comes out. But for Plated Prisoner, I've been really wanting to get back into it. And there was this reel on Instagram that I saw where it was a guy who was putting the bookmark in on the chapter that where it ends, you know the next chapter you're going to open up and start reading right at the action, and how that is such a satisfying feeling, and it is true. It so is. That is what I do with the Plated Prisoner series. If you were going to take a break while reading the Plated Prisoner series, Guild, Glint, and Gleam, read them together. You can take your break after Gleam because everything goes down, and then go into Glow and Gold. I feel like that's the perfect one. And then we have the last one coming out. I don't know if it's the last one, but whatever. I love that author's writing. So I think that may be the one I go with next because I'm used to it. I like the writing. This writing style is not my favorite. There's a little bit of this that's very unserious, and I kind of wish it was edited a little bit better. But aside from that, it's still a very fun read. It's the same thing with the Kindred's Curse saga, Spark of the Everflame. There's some stuff that I think it could have been edited. Maybe some wording could have been changed. It's a little goofy sounding. It's giving very CW vibes, not HBO, but it's okay. Like, we can get through it because the story is interesting, and I can't even lie, I'm not so much interested in the love interest and the romance in here. I'm, like, really liking the world building and the politicking and the side characters already. Like, it's very much already kind of giving me that feeling of inner circle happening in here, and I like it. And there's a lot of intrigue, there's a lot of mystery. It's very, very interesting. Yesterday's reading sprint was really fun, so I'm gonna set an hour timer, and we're gonna see how many pages I can read in an hour. So, let's go. This update has little to nothing to do with this book. I just added another pop socket to this Kindle and we have unlocked another level of reading because now I can read with both hands. If I want to read with this hand, boom, it's done. The other hand, that pop socket was already there. We also have the arm broken out because we're about to get real serious, y'all. I don't know if you thought I came to play, but I didn't. I am winning the race of 1. Okay, so I have been waiting to tell y'all what this book is about until I was like a little ways into it, but now I am just about 50% in and I feel like I have enough that I can tell you what it's about, tell you some tropes, and then not spoil it at the same time. So, this one we are following our main character who, to be honest, I do not know how to say her name, so she's our main character. And she is living in this world of, it's a human world. She's living under this really awful monarchy. The queen is like ruthless, does not care about them. This kingdom is like divided into sections, and she's part of the third one where it seems like the majority of people are sick or cordoned off for whatever reason there. And so she is clearly having a rough and tough time there. Ends up, things happen, she's doing things, very Selena coded things, and she ends up in the Queen's Palace, and she is about to be, you know what I mean? And something happens, she accidentally opens a portal, boom. That is a Fey man. What are we doing? He's come through, takes care of business, but she goes back with him, okay? So now she's in the Fey world. What? So if you like that thing of like the humans and the Fey and a human ending up in the Fey world, it has that. I think it's really interesting with the politicking. I think that that's cool. The world building, liking it. The plot, it's getting very intriguing. We had a reveal of what I think is going to be like our main plot for the series. So that's cool. I enjoy that. It is interesting, refreshing. I also like the backstory of the Fae. There's some lore there that they dropped that's very interesting, and I haven't heard it before, so I enjoy that as well. The male main character, I mean, his name is Kingfisher. What? I've never heard that name before. It sounds like 2 nouns, so I was a little confused. I thought it was the last name. Don't believe it is. Maybe it is, and we'll get a reveal. Hoping for that. Not sure. Either way, it's fine. It's fantasy. I don't care that much. I don't love his banter as much. I love a more subtle, sarcastic, like, you think that they're being so dry and sarcastic with their sense of humor until you see, like, a small smile. That kind of vibe, I prefer. This is very over the top, in your face, but I know a lot of people love that. And so I think that a lot of people will enjoy the banter that these two have. The main character does not annoy me. She is very vibey. She is very much me if I was in this position. Not doing great. Bumping along. I like it. And then the whole thing, though, this magic system is very interesting. I was like, oh, Mistborn if it was a fantasy romance, because it's all about metals. And she is effectively like... in this world, there are alchemists that are capable of doing something with metals, and Quicksilver is one of them, so that's part of the plot. These things have to happen. They make a bargain, yada yada, da 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 da. Not giving away too much, but it is more than I thought it was going to be. I also went into this knowing nothing of what this is about, to be fair. But I am having a good time. It is very fun. It's very fast-paced. It's very interesting. I've now just got to page 300, so I am a little shy of like halfway through the book, and I definitely think that it is reading super, super quick, and I would love to finish it probably tomorrow, but I think I could get like another 100, 150 pages down tonight, because I think I could stay up for another hour, maybe 2 hours. We'll see. But I am liking it a lot, so we're going to continue on. I've liked it so much that we have gone into clicker status, so that's always good. Because that means I'm like, okay, I'm laying in bed. I'm cuddled up. I'm like, tell me. Give me all the reveals. Let's get into it. So, we're going to get into it. So, the dishes... Oh, okay. Sure, not a problem. I'll just use that then to help prop you up, I suppose. What I was gonna tell you before I was really interrupted is that the dishes are now running, so that is done. I got a majority of my video stuff for this week done today, actually. So I'm going to put on the headphones, put on some music, and we are gonna finish this bad boy before dinner. Mark my words. It is 3:17. I want to finish this by 7 o'clock. I have 300 something pages, so let's see if I can do it. Hi. So I got to a little twisty twist in this. So we're absolutely thrown off our timeline of when we thought we were going to finish this. I'm on chapter 32. 500 pages in, okay? So we have only 161 pages to go. This is so easily doable. But I literally put it down for like an hour or so because I was like, this simply can't be. And I need to stop having my response be to freeze. I need, like, to fight, you know? Because I need to get through the book and figure out what's going to happen. And then I continue to realize there isn't another book. Like, I don't know when the next book is coming out, if there's a book coming out. I don't think this is a standalone. I don't really do standalones. So, no, it's a series, but I don't know when the next one comes out. I don't want it to be a too fast thing. Take your time, girl. Take your time. If no one else tells you to take your time, I will. Because it is so worth taking your time. But I'm going to get back and do it. I guess we're going to see what's happening. I just did not expect this twist. I did not expect it at all. I was so busy looking over here. And then someone came over here and was like, whoop. And I'm like, oh my god. Why am I reenacting something that didn't physically happen? But mentally it happened. I have turned the camera on because I feel I am about to read something that is gonna have me shaken. We have Ginger in the foreground, naturally, but my Kindle paused right before I read it, so this book is crazy. Oh my gosh. Y'all should read this, seriously. I'm on page 625, so, in the Kindle, so if you've read it, and you know that page, that's what I'm about to read, so we'll see. We'll see what's about to happen. With frickin' Malcolm. Stop. Literally, stop. It literally just started to rain outside too. The drama. The drama. God is aiding in the drama of this book. Oh my god. Oh, ew. Girl. Yes. Oh no. Some of these lines are so funny to me. It kind of reads like Buffy a little bit. Like they're just so cheesy, but it's also like slay. That was so cringy. I just got the ick for myself, but whatever. I don't even care. Something's gonna happen. Like this is I do. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, what on God's green earth? The gods literally just said gentle yoink. That's crazy. Just what? Literally, what is actually happening and why am I obsessed? Wow, Ginger just like zonked out. You go, girl. Okay. We were interrupted, but we're back. Okay. I'm on page 651. 19 pages. Okay. Okay. I'm nervous, y'all. What? My grandmother made me promise not to. Carry on. That's crazy. What you doing, Gingy? Do you guys hear her allergy snores? Oh my god. Oh, they're so lame. I kind of love it. Ah! Girl, what? Book 2 in the Fae and Alchemy series will be released in October 2024. Girl, this better be true or I'm gonna lose it. Callie. Oh my god. I'm gagged. Wow. Wow. That was so good. That was so good. Oh my god. Oh my god. I love reading. I love to read. Reading is what I love to do. I am so into reading. I'm a reader. Pumpkin eater. Okay, wow. Literature. Oh my god, what am I gonna read next? I don't even know. That was not a 5-star read. It was like a 4.75. I'm not gonna round it up. Am I? I don't know. No. But the next book might get a 5. It might. It could. There's a lot. Oh my god. Okay, so our Romantasy Queen waited in the DMs, and this is actually going to be the book we go with next, because Heat of the Everflame and Glow are apparently building books for those series, which isn't bad, but when I want something a little more chill, I will probably go to Heat of the Everflame first, because the last Plated Prisoner comes out so soon that I feel like I could binge it, but if I finish this, Heat of the Everflame would probably take me over the weekend-ish, and I could do that during the 24-hour readathon, which would be good, and it will take me to when the next book comes out, which is like perfect timing because it's still kind of like binging the book. So anyways, we're gonna go edit my vlog, get that uploaded and ready to go, and then we're gonna start this new one. Okay, I'm into the book so far. We're gonna do a reveal. I did a sprint for an hour to see how much I read, and I only read like 12 pages before this. I read 80 pages in an hour. Wow. Look at me stepping up my game. This book is 812 pages on the Kindle. That's actually kind of crazy. Oh my god. The physical book, that's really interesting. So the physical book is super thin pages. Like you can see through the pages to the other, you can see the words from the other side. Okay, that's how thin they are. It's not a very big book, like tall wise or how thick it is. And the physical is like 500 pages. I'm thinking because this, so y'all know whenever it's a break in the chapter, so it's like a new scene in the chapter, but it's not a new chapter, obviously, so there shouldn't be a chapter header, but there's that break thing. So it's a lot of times in traditionally published books, and then books that I've read on KU as well, they will have like just a plain line or just a double spacing thing. This one has like a giant marker. I don't know why. Not marker like a Crayola, but like just a big square that almost looks like a coffee stain. It's really quite odd. Oh my gosh. What Roman numeral is L? I don't even know how many chapters there are going to be in this. Anyways, I'm 11% in to the Book of Azrael. And so far, this is very much giving me a Crescent City vibe, except for once we're not having like an interesting book like this surrounded by fae, essentially, which I like. I like that. I love fae. Okay, I think that it's cool, but I like when they do twists on them like Quicksilver did, or take a break from them. You know, there are other things to explore. So in this world, we have this world that had a god war centuries ago, and essentially these people crashed into their world, brought a plague with them, allegedly, and it wiped out a bunch of people. And now there are Celestials, which I don't know what those are, unless they're part of the race that like crashed into the planet, maybe. That would be what those are. We don't really know a lot. Having read 92 pages, we still don't really know a lot, to be honest with you. And I really feel like we're about to just start the plot. Because it's fast-paced and it's interesting, but it is... I don't know. I feel like we're doing a lot of build-up right now. Like, we've just established our main character sacrificed her life, and now she's essentially in servitude for the rest of her life, it seems, to this guy who runs this city that we are in. And he has all the different factions of creatures, werewolves, banshees, nightshade people, I think it's... or just shades. I don't remember what it was. Vampires, like all the different creatures are falling into line behind him, essentially. And he saved her sister's life, made them both immortal, and then that's kind of where we're at. I know that they're looking for a book called The Book of Azrael. So I'm assuming that's going to be what our plot is about. And yeah, I did not read really the synopsis. I'm going purely based off the cover and the vibes. Having a good vibey time so far. It definitely is giving me more... It's like Crescent City if we were in Danica's point of view, kind of. Because this main character can shift into things. So she's been a dragon already. She's been like a panther. Oh, that made me want to cry when I just said that. I miss Throne of Glass series and characters so much. Like, I just viscerally felt that. If you know our shifter from there. Oh my god. Okay, anyways, moving back along. I am liking it. I will say I don't love the way that... And this is such a random thing. I think it's just... I read a book that was so long, and I got used to probably the writing. Also, for some reason, the way it's formatted can really throw me off. And I don't really love the way this is formatted. I don't like when it's not formatted in the traditional sense of a book. I just think, like, there's a standard formatting. Obviously, you can shift it around. If you're annoying, you don't even use, like, quotation marks or whatever. You know, like, those people, am I right? But there's a typical way, and I feel like every time someone speaks, if it's a new person, like, that's a new paragraph. That's, like, a space, you know what I mean? And I just feel like there are huge chunks. Like, that's a really big paragraph. Why? But that's fine. But when they're all just big paragraphs like that, for some reason, I'm really noticing it, and I don't particularly know why. But the story itself, the book itself, is interesting. Our main character really kind of reminds me of Bryce, but not annoying. So, like, book 1 of Bryce. Only reason I'm comparing this to Crescent City is it's the only urban fantasy I have read aside from Shadowhunters, but I don't really count Shadowhunters because, I don't know. To me, that's not the most urban fantasy. Actually, I guess A Dark and Hollow Star was also urban fantasy, and it kind of has that vibe a little bit too, actually. It seems to be like a mashup of those two. So I'm interested. We have just had a really long montage of the sisters, so honestly I'm kind of waiting for, like, the sister to bite it, and then, you know, we go into our revenge plot. I would love that. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would love that. I love a revenge plot. Anyways, I am enjoying it thus far. I'm gonna get back to doing the reading, and I'll obviously let you know how it goes. Alright, we are going to do... Hello? Welcome in, Cadet Jake. We are going to do a sprint. I don't know why I'm yelling. Anyways, we have our soundtrack on. Boom. Bada bing. Sleep timer. How long? Forever. Just kidding. An hour. I can be reasonable sometimes. Alright, let's see how much I read. And an hour. Who the hell is David Buckley? Okay, we start here. Page 181. See you on the other side, brother. Okay, that was my hour sprint. We're gonna ignore the sheets in the background because this is an accepting place here, okay? We don't need all of that negativity. So, let us see how much was read. Oh my gosh. I will never regret this setup purchase. I just won't. It is such a vibe. Okay. What chapter is that? Couldn't tell you. We're on page 235. Yay! So, where did we start? Was it 186? Sure, we'll say that. Only read 49 pages? I'm not gonna lie, I was very distracted this sprint. This was not a good focused sprint. I think what I need to do is go change over the washer and dryer so that I don't have anything else on the mind. And then we will do another one. I mean, we're gonna keep reading all night, to be honest. And I did have I had a little coffee. I had a little bit of a drink. Not a lot at all, but yeah, I put away the groceries. I did that. So I've been a little bit distracted, not gonna lie. So let's go do that, and then we will get back to reading. Hello guys, and I have finished my book. I don't really know the rating I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna keep with that. I'm not gonna give it a rating yet. Okay, so upon editing the vlog, I realized I never recorded my thoughts on Book of Azrael, and I do feel that makes sense. That checks out. This book, I think that it was fun. I think that the writing wasn't the best, and in fact it was a little detracting for me from the story because it was very under edited. I don't even want to say overwritten because I just feel like the writing was fine and a lot of the things were fine. There were so many things that could have been taken out that would have made this faster paced and the length shorter for sure. But I am among the thought of like, let's edit books again. Like, let's bring that back. They can be shorter. It's really okay. Like, very rarely do they need to be super long. And I really feel like first books are the ones that don't need to be as long because it's an introduction, or it should be. I did think it was fun. I think that this is gonna be, I gave it a 3. It's more like a 2.75, but a 3. And for me, a 2.5 is average. It's very middle ground for me. A 3 is like on the higher end of like, it was a fine time. I'm not really mad at it. It just didn't do a whole lot for me. But I'm intrigued enough to continue on. That's pretty much where I lay with this one. It's just that it feels like a lack of editing. It took away from the reading experience at points enough to bring it, like I'm not as excited to go on with the book series. I have the other 2, but I'm excited to go on because of other like people that I've watched, like other bookish creators who are reading the books talking about how good it is. Like, so it's not the book that's making me excited, it is other people who read fantasy romance, and a lot of the time we align. So that's why I kind of gotta take a little bit more away from the rating because it's not really the book that's making me excited, it is the people who have read it, which happens actually quite frequently for me. I do think this will be a series that is better as it goes on, and that seems to be a general confirmed consensus, which is good. I would rather the first book be weak and the rest be like really good than have the first book be really good and the rest are like, so what's this, you know? So yeah, just gotta insert here to tell y'all that my little review. I would say if you enjoyed Crescent City, this could be very similar in vibes for you. I think that if you didn't like how info dumpy and honestly also overwritten Crescent City was, you would probably like this because it is less overwritten than that. It's just because it's not even overwritten. It's really not. There's just a lot of extra things in here, and that's why it feels like it is written but under edited. And I feel like grammatically edited, all those things for sure, but like I'm talking actual like let's take scenes out of this manuscript, that kind of editing, that's what it's lacking. So pretty much any Sarah Jana book has that. So if you are looking for not that but the same vibe as Crescent City, here we go. I know there are a few out there, but this is the one that I have read that I would say very similar. It's on KU. Take a chance. Hello. We have the next book that I'm going to be reading. This might be the last book that I read for this little vloggy vlog, I'm not sure. But by the time that you're watching this, if all goes as planned, this comes out September 3rd. Okay? So, allegedly, supposedly, this will be out and you could read it. I have trust issues because with the fantasy romance I read, it's mainly KU and they keep changing the dates. Yeah, I think it's really cool too. So anyways, this little one is from Red Tower Books. So I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be not very serious book. And that is correct. It is not. In this world, we were following our main character who she has been cursed by Zeus because her mom's water broke in his temple. And that made him mad. Not a very understanding guy. Doesn't seem to be from the tales that I've read either. So characterization, 10 stars. She then is being a little snarky to Hades. And in this world, first of all the gods are confirmed. Everyone you can think of, a thing. Which I do like. I think that's interesting. I find all of that very interesting. But we're really focusing, it seems to be, on the Greek. Is that even true? Greek gods? Not the Roman gods. Yeah, Greek gods. What were you thinking? Stop it. Don't confuse me. It's very easy to do. So she is watching as all of these people are being chosen for this thing called the Crucible. So the gods can't fight each other because that's what ended up killing off Atlantis and Pompeii. Okay. I like it when they revise things. They like explain things that happened in the world with, like, you know, whatever's going on in this book. I do enjoy that. I like when they play with history a little bit. Not too much. Don't make it weird. But I do like it a little bit. So they now don't fight each other directly. They utilize mortals as their champions. So this is touted as Percy Jackson meets the Hunger Games, which I suppose if the only elements you need to be Percy Jackson are Greek gods in the picture, and the only elements that you need from the Hunger Games is the trials of the games, sure. If you don't need any of the commentary or any of the demigods, absolutely, then we're there. I think that they are purely pitch comp titles, which is totally fine, but I don't think that they are similar in kind of anything past surface level plot points, perhaps, or even not even plot points. It's more just things that are used in the book. So I wouldn't go in here thinking you're getting like adult Hunger Games Percy Jackson mashup, because it's not that. It is, though, a bunch of mortals who are chosen by the gods are gonna fight in a trials thing for that god to then become the god of gods. Okay, are you following? Great. So she gets picked by Hades, because of course she does. Why wouldn't she? That's drama. That's tea. We love. So now we're gonna go on this adventure. I have read to chapter 8 thus far. We are already at part 2. I will say I'm confused about the fact that there's already a part 2, 32 pages in. I think that's a little funny. But I'm trying to see where part 3 is. Maybe it's in like 10 pages. I'm just trying to remember that this is very much, the writing style is very much KU writing style. That is not bad, because listen to me. Carissa Brabant, Daughter of No Worlds, was also KU writing style. It's a vibe. It's a vibe to the writing. It's like fun, easy to read, bingeable writing that hasn't been publishingified. That's not a word, but we're gonna use it because I feel like there's an air to fun. Now here's the problem though. You do need to edit things, right? You do need it to be nice and polished. I do believe these things. KU, I enjoy KU because I have an expectation for that. Now, this is a traditionally published book, so my expectations are not higher, they are not lower, they are just different. They're both here, but they're just different. It's a Venn diagram, not a circle. and one's not elevated. It's just a different set of expectations. So with Red Tower books, this is another Red Tower book. If you don't know, Fourth Wing is a Red Tower book. Red Tower books. My expectations, they are a little lower. I'm not gonna lie. And it's not because of the authors. It's not because of it is because of Red Tower. I think that they publish too fast. I think that they put out a lot of half-baked things. I think that you just needed 5 more minutes in the oven. 5 more minutes. Maybe 2 if you put it on broil. Could have been great. Wasn't great. I just think that the best thing to do for these is this is it. This is what you're going to get. This is the published book. So if you're interested in the premise, just lower those expectations. And it'll be fine. And I really do think that there's nothing wrong with doing that. You just gotta see. Just gotta see. Just gotta see. So we're gonna see. So far, it is a very... it's a writing style. It's not bad. Very easy to read. It is just... it is... it's interesting. Because I wouldn't even put this at like a Spark of the Everflame or a Guild or... Listen, Daughter of No Worlds is a tier above. Even Blood Mercy, even though I have no intention of continuing that series, that writing style was gorgeous. This is lower than that to me, and not lower in like worth but how much I enjoy it. It's very easy to read, so if the story is fun, then we can look past these things. But if this turns into a boring snooze fest, we're gonna have a fight. And I will vlog that, because please. But yeah, I see a lot of people on Goodreads are like, oh my god, this is literally Percy Jackson and the Hunger Games put together. It's not. It's not. It's just Greek gods and there is a game. Like, that's it. For marketing and publishing purposes, I understand comp titles, but I'm just saying for audience perception, for audience expectation, I think it's important to set them accurately. So, if the part of Percy Jackson you enjoy is the gods, sweet. Hunger Games, if you just like trials, we could just say that. Because I think Hunger Games, I don't know. Something about comparing this to the Hunger Games seems rude. I don't know. But let's go continue reading. Okay. Hello. We're making another coffee because I need one. I'm about a fourth of the way through this book, and it's kind of... I don't want to say it's bad because I also unironically enjoyed the Zodiac Academy, and I am debating going back and oh my god, but going back and reading it. I'm at book 5 right now. This is just like, it's very unserious. I don't know how to explain it. I take back what I said about the writing style being very KU. I think that might be offensive to KU authors, and I don't mean any offense, because actually most of the writing I've read on KU, because I don't read a whole lot, so maybe my statement is correct, I don't know. It's better than this. So yeah, I still stand by it. It's a fun, goofy little time. I just think that it is gonna be one of those books that I have to like binge read because I am stuck with this main character for too long. It's just gonna annoy me because it's like, girl. But also, look at my cute top. I got this from Hollister. I really like it. Anyways, I'm going to get back to reading that. I just need to address my hair. Okay, hi besties. I'm 188 pages in, and that's what I have to say. I think that this is a fun, unserious time. I feel like no one really went into Fourth Wing expecting something serious. Is that a tornado siren? No. Okay. Just making sure. Because don't want to get swept away. Unless you are not, like, a big fantasy reader, then I feel like going into Fourth Wing with like serious expectations is totally fine. Makes sense to me. Okay, lighting said goodbye. Here we go. This, I would say go into it with a little less seriousness than even Fourth Wing would have required of you, because this is so goofy, but like it's a good time. Like I'm having a fun time. If this was a show, I would love it. Because it's just a silly, goofy, fun time. And I'm having a fun time. I do have to say, so much of mythology from all over. We just got Celtic stuff and I was like, yeah. I don't know all the ins and outs. So if this was a more serious book, and by that I mean, I feel like that just makes sense what I mean. Like, I think some books take themselves more seriously. This one clearly doesn't. Tracy Wolf books don't take themselves seriously at all whatsoever. So I think that there are some romanticy that take themselves more seriously. I think When the Moon Hatched should have relaxed a lot, because what was that terrible novel? I was trying to think of a word there. What else? Like, Daughter of No Worlds was a very serious, to me, romanticy novel, which seems to be why a lot of people did not like it, but I will push my agenda. This one explains all of the mythology. So when it introduces someone, it's like, who did we just meet? Cerberus, the three-headed dog that's in the underworld. Love him. And Charon? I don't know. The ferryman that takes the dead souls across the river Styx. The author is explaining every single connection, which I do like. But if it was in a more like, I just feel like a more serious writing style, it probably would be something that you had to look up. But because this is not very serious writing style, I like that it is explained within the text versus me having to go look it up. Because while I would enjoy this book, if it was more serious and I had to go look it up, because there's depth to that and I would write in the notes to it, it'd be a cute moment. I do that a lot. Did that a lot with Ninth House and Hellbent. Mainly Hellbent. Oh my god, I need to reread that. But yeah, I think that this is going better than I thought. I genuinely think with romanticy, it's just a careful navigation between expectations, reality, what you're gonna find, and then the rest is just up to Ginger. So, exactly. She's having a good time too. I'm sitting down. We're gonna get serious. We're gonna finish it now. I fear this is too long. I don't care anymore what happens. This is boring. Boring schmoring. I'm 390 pages in. I have 109 pages left. And I'm just gonna speed run it and see what happens. But I don't care. So technically, I am DNFing this 100 pages out from finishing it, but I'm gonna like really fast fly past it and skim it just to see what happens at the end, so I can rate the ending. But I would not, no. And the finished copy is supposed to be almost 600 pages, sorry? Sorry, what? Again, I say, if Mistborn can be created in under that, no. No, it's no.
I wish I could erase that from my mind what I just read.
Oh, we're gonna have a chat, aren't we? Oh, yes, we bloody are. Oh, God, okay. Hi, I'm done here. Thank you. So, I finished the book. Let me put my headphones up. This book was bad. So the first 200 pages were like a fun, not very serious time. And that was like enjoyable because I was like, whether or not the book is aware that it's not really good, like Zodiac Academy is aware that it's not very good, I think. If not, but this one took itself so seriously, and I just it also was like incredibly fast-paced, but this is a problem that fast-paced books, when they rely on the pacing to be the thing that carries you through the story so fast that you don't notice that it's not like great, that doesn't work out well. And that's what happened here, is that it's boring, but it's fast-paced so you don't notice, and then you kind of think,
What's even going on? Because it's just the same thing. You know, when there are trials, there's 12 trials in here. We go through all 12. That's crazy. Usually something happens in the plot and you don't. It stops and we go in a totally different direction. That didn't happen here. So for almost 600 pages, you're going to go through the 12 trials. And it just gets so tedious. It's not even boring, it's just the same thing over and over again. And the main character is shocked Pikachu that helping everybody in the world makes her lose the challenges. And I'm like, just kill one person. Just do it. This is why I have to read a fantasy after this. Actually, I'm gonna read Fatebound after this. It's another romance, fantasy romance, apparently, but we're not gonna read it in this vlog. We're gonna put this away. But that was it. So we had, well, this just really went down, didn't it? It was really great with Quicksilver. Recommend. See, that's a not great book. That's a fun time. Like, it just, I have my issues with it, but it was a good fun time. I was giggling, kicking my feet. And then we had the Book of Azrael. I definitely can see it having potential to be a great series, not a good first book. I try not to judge a series by its first book. And then this one, no. I gave it 2 stars. I would not read it. I mean, I did. Well, I read 400 pages and then I skim read the last. And the arc only has 509, so I don't know what they're planning to add into the other one that gives it 91 other pages, but don't. That's how Red Tower gets you, is their books are pretty, but that doesn't mean they're good. And I'm here to tell you, that was not good. So, anywho, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Make sure you drink your water, stay hydrated, be kind, and go have a good day on purpose. Because you deserve it, and I will see you in the next vloggy vlog. Bye.
Hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.